Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Welcome in to another episode of your favorite Bama State show covering the Bama State Hornets, man. For all your content, I'm your guy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, JB, and this is the Bama State Recap Show. Bittersweet moment because this is the last recap show for this season. Because guess what? We have no more games. We have no more games to recap. So thank you guys for joining. I got some people in the chat already. What's up with you, my guy Greg Crenshaw? San Quinella in the chat. Shouts out to everybody, man. Came on a little late, had to get some things together, but I really appreciate you guys for joining tonight. So do these three things I ask you to do each and every week. First of all, please hit the like button. It helps us get in the algorithm with all the other HBCU content. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't already, and share this to your people. Yes, indeed, man. I want to thank everybody, first of all, man, for all the support you guys have been giving me throughout this whole season, last season as well. But this is the first year that I did recap shows every Sunday after the games. And the first one I just did to see who would watch. And we got a bunch of people to tune in. So I just kept doing them each and every Sunday following the games. And I really appreciate all you guys who have kept up with me all season and who have joined in the chat, watched the replays, shared the content and all that, man. What's up, Hornet Sam? I appreciate you too. I appreciate all of y'all, man, for sure. What's going on? What's up, Desmond? Me, G. All my regulars coming in here each and every week. You guys mean a lot, man. So first of all, let me do the sponsors because we got a few things to talk about tonight. So first of all, this whole network is sponsored by Jack Ingram Mercedes-Benz. If you're in the market for a new Benz or any pre-owned vehicle, visit the website at jackingrammercedes.com or visit the location at 217 Eastern Boulevard, Montgomery, Alabama. Proud sponsor of the Sports Talking with JB Podcast Network. We are also sponsored by my favorite and your favorite apparel brand when it comes to the Bama State. Right there, the Yard Apparel brand. I had on my big Stinger hoodie for Turkey Day. I got a whole lot of compliments. So thanks for everybody. Matter of fact, thanks to Demetrius Mickles, man, who owns this company. He has the great gear that we see right here in the shirts I wear every week. Shouts out Demetrius Mickles. Go get you some at theyardapparelbrand.com. You won't be disappointed. I know a few of my supporters have got themselves some Yard Apparel brand. Next year is coming back even stronger, but you can still get you some at theyardapparelbrand.com. Don't forget about that. And also don't forget about the points given challenge. Yes, indeed. Bama State put up 58 points in the season finale. Beat up on Tuskegee like I said we would and put a good 58 on the board. We should have put 60 on the board. That's neither here nor there. But E-Rod didn't know about the record or whatnot. But anyway, text Swarm as 1 to 71777 to donate to the Bama State NIL Fund. Support these student athletes, man. They need as much of support as we can give them. So this is your chance to support right there. Text Swarm as 1 to 71777 to donate. Yes, sir. Got a good comment from Rick Body. Shouts out to my guy Rick Body, man. You know, I was able to chop it up with him after the Turkey Day Classic. You know, all my good people out there. Shouts out to the Harris family for the delicious food we had out there for Turkey Day Classic, man. And all is well, man. I really appreciate. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. And once again, I appreciate everybody that taps in with me on the show, man, for sure. Just like Hornet Sam. My guy Patrick, what's up with you, brother? What's going on? So before we get started tonight, man, I'm gonna take a couple minutes. Just a couple minutes. I want to reflect on some things. Far as it comes to Bama State and this team this year. This has been a great year, despite not being able to play for the SWAC championship, not being able to go to the FCS playoffs and whatnot. It's been a great year for Bama State. We've had a spectacular offense. And I want to go ahead and put this on the screen because I want to show you guys something real quick before I get to the point I'm getting at. And I want to shout out Coach Barnett along with Tyree O'Neal right there, man. That is the quarterback. That is the assistant quarterback coach right there. So this was a tweet that he posted, man. Number 1 pass efficiency in the FCS. That's Bama State. Number 2 scoring offense in the nation. First 10-win season since 2004. So you see that quarterback group right there. You can see the stats. I'm going to pull up some stats later, but, I mean, it's right there. The numbers do not lie, ladies and gentlemen. This team averaging 42 points a game, the most efficient passing offense in FCS football, number 2 scoring offense in the nation. The numbers do not lie, man. So with all that being said, and I also want to shout out all our quarterbacks, man, especially Smoot. I'm going to shout him out. Body went down with the injury. Smoot came in, and he kept the train rolling. But let's not forget what Andrew Body did in 8 games, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew Body put this team, week 1, he put everybody on notice. He put everybody on notice week 1 against UAB, and it continued on throughout the season. Great performances by Andrew Body. He's a finalist right here, as you can see, for the FCS Player of the Year, the Walter Payton Award, the equivalent to the Heisman Trophy in the FBS. Been seeing a lot of rumors going around about Andrew Body. Is he going to come back to Bama State? What is he going to do? What kind of decisions are going to be made and whatnot? All I want to say about that, we need Andrew Body back in the black and gold. If you had to ask me 1,000 times, yes, we need Andrew Body back in the black and gold. So whatever needs to be done to give him support or, to help get this done, we got to do it. I'll do my part. I know the fans. There's some people out there who get on other platforms and they don't say the right things, right? But if you support Bama State and you support Andrew Body, then you should want this for Bama State. You should want this for Andrew Body, right? So that's all I'm saying. We need to support Andrew Body. Got to get him back in the black and gold. He is very, very important to this team, to this offense, and everything that we have going on, and to the successful season that Coach E-Rob, the 10-win season, this whole coaching staff. Andrew Body, the offense is tailored around Andrew Body. So we have to get him back in the black and gold. I just had to put that out there for sure. And that's where I want to go at. That's exactly what I was getting to. But shout out to that coaching staff. Shouts out to, like I mentioned, Tyree O'Neal coming in. I think it's his first year coming in as assistant quarterback coach. Shout out to him, Coach Barnett, man. Great season. Great season for Bama State for sure. And I want to pull up these numbers too. Let me pull up these other numbers right here. Let me see if I can find. It's going to block the screen. That's the scoring. I'm going to come back to that one. All right, so this is the offensive numbers. The passing numbers right here. This is the passing numbers. Look at Bama State at the top of the screen right there. That's at the top. Alabama State, number 1. Only 3 interceptions all season long. Only 1 from Andrew Body. 30 touchdowns. Averaging 248.8 yards a game. This is all passing numbers. The most passing yards in the SWAC by far. And not even the most attempts and the most completions. Look at the passing percentage. 70%, 69.6. These are outstanding numbers for a whole season. Outstanding numbers. So, as you can see, once again, the numbers do not lie, ladies and gentlemen. I just had to put this on display so y'all can see what we got going on for sure. Oh, yeah, and shouts out to the bodyguards, man. That offensive line was incredible this season. Also, can't forget about that, Body and the bodyguards. And E-Rod gave the offensive line a lot of praise too at the press conference to end the season. These are okay. So this is the passing, individual passing numbers. Look who's number one, and he only played 8 games this year, right? So you see a 70% completion percentage in only 8 games. You got quarterbacks. Look at RJ Johnson. He had 331 attempts, and he's in second place. Andrew only had 192 attempts, but he has a 70% completion rate. He almost has just as many yards as the second and third guy in less games, 4 less games. Still with the most touchdowns, still with the most average per game, and the efficiency, that number on the end, 202.9, outstanding. So you don't get no better than that, ladies and gentlemen. Just imagine if he played the last 4. You know what I'm saying? So just had to put this out there so you guys can see it in plain sight, what this Bama State team has done. Want to give props to Jalen Jones as well, receiving, man. Over 1,000 yards. Only 5 receivers in the history of Alabama State has over 1,000 yards for a season. And Jalen Jones has the 5th. He's the 5th. And he did it with only 51 receptions, right? Only 51 receptions, averaging 97.3 yards a game. 9 touchdowns. Wish you would have had a couple more touchdowns, but that's fine. But just look at that, man. 22 yards, 22.9 yards per reception. That's big play receiver. By far, the best receiver in the SWAC. By far. And one of the top receivers in FCS. And then let's get to the rushing. Matter of fact, let's get to the scoring. Because I want to give Marcus Harris some praise. He's the leading scorer in the SWAC. 16 total touchdowns. 96 total points. You see Marcus Harris up there. Also, shout out to Andrew Bullkill, the kicker, because he, whole bunch of extra points. You know what that means? We scored a lot of touchdowns this year, right? Not many field goals because we were scoring touchdowns instead of field goals. But he was great this year, so I want to shout him out as well. But look at Marcus Harris II, a running back on here with a bunch of kickers. I mean, you got Jalen Jenkins from UAPB, and then you got Reggie Davis from Alcorn State up here in the top, 7, 8 right here. The rest of them are kickers. But Marcus Harris, to be the leading scorer, individual scorer in the SWAC when it comes to like points right there. You see that? 16 touchdowns. I mean, that's incredible as well. For the amount of touches he only gets about 5 or 6 touches per game. And I talk about Marcus Harris every week, man. Just for the amount of touches, his touches to touchdown ratio is crazy. It's crazy. You don't normally see that, right? You don't normally see a guy who may only get 6 or 7 carries a game, but he got 16 touchdowns. That's crazy. But shouts out to Coach E-Rob for the 10-win season, man. First 10-win season since 2004 for Bama State. Very difficult to do. This team was, I want to say, a handful of plays from being undefeated. A handful of plays from being undefeated. Going back to the first game of the season, right? Couple plays here and there kind of changed the game. And then everybody knows the one play at Jackson State. So, we could have been undefeated. We could have been undefeated for sure. I'm with you, Sam. I'm with you. We need all these players back. But then again, that's another conversation because we know in this day and age with transfer portal, NIL, the landscape of college football, it's very difficult to bring everybody back. And you're not really going to bring everybody back because guys are going to not transfer. Well, they're going to transfer, but guys are going to graduate. They're going to move on. And we always get some guys to come in, Shouts out Jaleel O'Noy. He had a great season this year on our defense. He was the leading tackler on the defense, transferred in from Central State. So that was a great pickup right there. We get some guys. DeAndre Morris comes to mind. at the safety position. So we get some guys in here, all right? But to get a guy like a Jalen Jones, Ja Harrell, Asa Gregg, guys that were recruited in by the late, great Jacoby Jones, God rest his soul, 3 years ago. And till you see those guys grow year after year after year, you know. And I want to give Coach E-Rob credit because developing those guys, you know, trusting the process, so to speak, and getting those guys to be the best they can be. Sometimes it takes 2, 3, 4 years to get the best out of a guy. But you see some freshmen that played this year, like Patrick Smith Jr., he comes to mind. You see some of these guys who have a bright future. They have a bright future. Kevin Gaines Jr., I'm thinking about him too. Just some guys you see that when they get out there and they get a little more playing time. Terrence Johnson Jr., just some guys I'm just thinking of off top. Man, we got a bright future. We just got to keep it together. You got to keep it together, and it's hard to do. It's hard to do. So, you know, I don't want to be in Coach E-Rob's position. I know he's going to do what he's got to do as far as recruiting out of high school, as far as transfer portal players, JUCO players, and, you know, all the players you can get to fit your system. You want to get some of the best players, but you also want to keep your best guys too. And you understand if a guy wants to leave, you understand circumstances, so to speak. But, I mean, Coach E-Rob's job is to put the best group of guys out there that gives him the best chance to win not only football games every week, but to win the SWAC conference and the SWAC championship. That's still the goal. That's still the goal. But yeah, shout out to E-Rob for a phenomenal season, man. 10 wins, 10-2. You know, 4 years for E-Rob, 4 winning seasons. So he's building something at Bama State, and we just gotta keep supporting, you know. Shouts out to the Hornets, man, for a great victory right there, 58-21. I want to talk about the game just a little bit. These are the leaders. These are the leaders right here. You see Smoot had an incredible game, man. 422 yards passing career. A career day for Smoot right there. 4 touchdowns to 4 different receivers. Marcus Harris got him a touchdown as well. 3rd place all time in Bama State history as far as touchdowns for a season. Jalen Jones, man, went crazy. 189 yards passing. Had a couple big plays out there. Cam Gordon had 2 sacks. Zamari Hall had 6 tackles. Jaleel Lenore played a big game too, man. He had a interception and a forced fumble. Not pictured right here, but Tayshawn Sims had a pick 6, had another interception. He played spectacular once again. Shouts out to Tayshawn Sims, number 42, who's a great player on the back end. But all in all, man, it was a great day for Bama State. The game, you know, it started off a little sluggish. Tuskegee came out, imposing their will, running the ball. And that's one thing you want to see Bama State get better at, stopping the run. You want to see us get better at we've been that bend, don't break defense all year. And I've been saying this. We give up a bunch of yards, you know. We give up a bunch of that, but sometimes we get a turnover or we'll hold them to a field goal to stop them on a 4th down. And also shout out to the defense, number 1 in interceptions. We had 15 interceptions on the season as a defense. Tayshawn Sims led the SWAC in interceptions with 5. So that means, you know, that's also a big contribution to winning. When you can get turnovers like that, comes to mind the PV game. The 4 interceptions in the Prairie View game on the road helped us win that ball game. We only won by 3 points, but we got 4 interceptions. So the defense played a big part in that PV game. You're going to need that. You're going to need 2 or 3 games a year where your defense is going to have to step up and help you hold on to a win or help you get a win. So I want to see Bama State's defensive front get a little better, man. We had some dogs on that front, but we wanted like Cam Gordon and Dietrich Jones, you know, but you want to kind of, you want to get some bigger guys because we went up and it's some big guys on the offensive line in the SWAC. Let's not make a mistake. We got one of the biggest on our team, Cam Smith, who's going to move on to bigger and better things, possibly play in the NFL, Big Cameron Smith. So just think about all those big offensive linemen. Jackson State has a huge offensive line. We need a D-line to match the O-line, right? So it's going to be like in the battle of the trenches. So it's force against force. So our defensive line is going to have to match up. And if we're going to do that in the offseason, build on that, I think this team with a better defensive front has a better chance to win the SWAC, you know. And Kilpatrick, I missed your comment, but I see defense win championships, they say, but the team with the most points win the game. Absolutely. You are absolutely right, Kilpatrick. But at the same time, you need defense to stop somebody. Because when teams are going back and forth, somebody got to make a stop, right? Somebody got to make a stop. And also, the way the teams were running on Bama State, I didn't like. I didn't like the way they were running and posing their wheel on Bama State this season. So we're going to have to get some run stoppers, and we still need some pass rushes on the edge, right? We didn't have a lot of sacks this year like we had the previous year where Traquan Thomas had double-digit sacks. We didn't have anybody with double-digit sacks this year. So you want to get better at that. And all in all, man, it was a great year. We had a great time at Turkey Day. Shouts out to Tip. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. That's right, Hornet saying, Coach, he's building a program, but you know how difficult it is to build that program when the transfer portal is very, very active, and you got to keep guys, and it's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of moving parts, so it's really difficult to man, to build a program these days. You know, trusting that process. But Coach E. Rob's doing a great job, man. You know, doing a great job. Like I say, he's the unk of the coaches right now in the SWAC. The longest tenure coach in the SWAC, man. We see Marshall Falk getting hired by Southern, so they made a big splash hire. You know, you're gonna see possibly FAMU make a big hire or something like that. You're gonna see other coaches get hired and more moving parts in the off season, but I'm just worried about what Bama State does. You know, I'm just worried about what Bama State does for sure. Hey, shouts out to my guy Dave C, man. Shouts out to you too, my guy. You know, you showed a lot of love this year. All of y'all in the chat that show up, y'all show a lot of love. I want y'all to hit that like button. I want y'all to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And I want y'all to keep sharing this content. I got interviews lined up. I'm going to probably drop one for you guys on either Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm going to drop an interview. The Buzz. We'll drop an episode for you guys this week. I might drop 2 this week. I might drop 2. So most definitely, man, just keep the support. Keep supporting Bama State. Keep supporting your boy JB with the Black and Gold show and the recap show. This is the last recap show of the season, though, because we have no more games to recap. Recap. But stay tuned because the basketball content is coming. SWAC play begins in January. I think the first home SWAC game we have will be January the 10th against Jackson State. The women and the men play. I will be there, and I'm going to be giving you guys some basketball content real soon. Other than that, we got a Black and Gold show season finale this Wednesday. I'm going to recap the whole season. I'm going to recap game by game, and I may have a special guest on. So you don't want to miss the show this Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Time. As always, it's going to be the last one for season 2, the season finale. It's bittersweet, man, because it's been a great year. It's been a great year, man, for sure. And it's bittersweet for it to be over like this, you know. Man, I ain't even going to watch SWAC Championship. I'm telling y'all right now. I'm salty. I'm not watching the SWAC Championship game. I don't care who wins. I don't care who wins. When you wear that black and gold, you only for the black and gold, right? You only for the 1867, the black and gold. So I ain't watching the SWAC championship. You know, I can't do it. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna keep supporting Bama State, and I want you guys to keep supporting Bama State. Go ahead and drop them 58 points given challenge. Text Swarmers 1 to 71777. That's how you donate. I'm gonna drop mine tomorrow, by the way. So, I mean, that's a good start, right? That's a good start. We got to keep some guys. We got to keep some guys, man. You know, we gotta shore up some things, and we got to keep some guys in the black and gold for sure. We got to do that, man. Hey, shouts out to my DR Love. Hey, y'all. Hey, man. Good luck to y'all. Good luck to y'all in the SWAC championship. Good luck. But for sure, man, hey, y'all know the scope. Y'all know how we do it. I appreciate everybody for sure. I appreciate everybody who comes in to watch the show. Appreciate everybody that shares it out, shares the content out, and the people who watch the replays and whatnot. I mean, y'all give me the energy. Y'all give me the energy to do this. Without y'all, I wouldn't be doing it. So I really appreciate it. Thank you, San Quinata. Thank you, Dave C, Hornet Sam, and everybody else. Shouts out to Rick Body. Shouts out to everybody, Harris family. Shouts out to all the players. You guys can follow me at Sports Talk JB on IG. If you got IG, matter of fact, I'm gonna put it right here so you guys can see it. I want you guys to follow me on Sports Talk JB. I'm typing it right now as we live. In case you don't follow me yet, because I also post some things on there. Oh, it's right there. There it is. So follow me on IG at Sports Talk JB right there. So shouts out to everybody. Shouts out to all the players once again. The guys who graduate on Friday. We got a bunch of players that are going to graduate on Friday. You know, I plan on being there to support those guys at the graduation. So, yeah, another bittersweet moment, man. We had guys that played their last game at Bama State at Turkey Day Classic, man. And they're not going to put the black and gold uniform on no more, man. Some of the guys are not even going to put on a uniform anymore. So you know how that had to feel, right? They had to feel, you know, it was pretty gut-wrenching to have your last game. You got the dub, you know, in great fashion. But after that game, you already know, man. I couldn't imagine. But we got some guys who are going to move on for sure. Some guys who are going to get their chances, go to the Legacy Bowl, may get some looks from the NFL and whatnot. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to be following guys in the offseason. I'm going to follow the Legacy Bowl and everything else. But guys, keep coming back. If we don't do the weekly shows like we normally do, I'm going to give you guys interviews. I'm going to give you guys content. So just keep on. That's why you have to hit the subscribe button and lock in with the channel for sure. All right, man. It's your boy JB. I'm going to get up out of here, man. I appreciate you guys once again. This has been an incredible season, and we look forward to the off season and coming back once again to support Big Bama State. Make sure you check out this Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central Time. We are live for the Black and Gold Show season finale. Thank you guys for watching. Y'all have a great one.